Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
What's going on? I'm your main man, Scoots Bronson,
And I am Scott Foster.
and this is the Viewers Anonymous podcast. What's going on with you, my guy?
Man, I can't call it, man. Just preparing for this little vacay I got coming up. So you know what I'm saying, last day of the work weeks for me. So, you know,
Yes,
just ready, man, to get out the state for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna
Everybody
lie,
need
man.
that.
I'm a tad bit jealous.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, you gotta breathe some different air sometimes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
So yeah, man, looking forward to it. I ain't seen my guy Mark. I don't think I've seen Mark in person since since the last time I've been to Florida since 2016, man. So I ain't seen my guy in a while. So man, I'm just ready to get on down there, man. But how about yourself?
man. Everything going good, man. It's been thunderstorming up here like crazy, so you know what I'm saying. I'm just enjoying the peacefulness.
Oh man, we had a crazy thunderstorm last night, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, boy, it was some trees got knocked down and everything around here, man. So I guess it's hitting us all over, man, all over the map. But you know what I'm saying? Glad everybody's good. Because I'm telling yo, people don't understand, yo, it's kind of crazy. Like, you would think, and see, this is my problem, right? So I'm getting right into it. I'm ready to pod today. So, man, you be thinking, like, how in the hell can somebody let a tree fall on them, right?
Yeah,
Because, you know, I watch so many movies. I be like, oh, I ain't no way in the hell a tree gonna fall on me. Yo, tree dangerous fuck, yo. I'm telling you. These trees be falling, boy, and they be like, it's quicker than you think it is.
well,
And
it
it's
depends
like,
on how close you are to it too. Like if you close enough to it, ain't no getting away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So like, yeah, just hope that everybody say, because it seems, because I be watching so many movies, man. I be thinking cinematically, like, oh man, I could do that, man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like when you see like a car chase and you be thinking, oh man, I could do that shit. Like, man, ain't no way in hell I could do that, man. Like these motherfuckers are trained professionals, and
For
I be
real.
thinking I could do that shit, man. So yeah, man, it's wild, man.
Yeah, it is, man. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It ain't bad. It's some light thunderstorms, so it ain't nothing like too major where, you know what I'm saying, power getting knocked out or anything like that. But it's consistent though. It left around probably about like an hour ago, and then it's another one coming here right now. I can hear it in the distance. So yeah, buddy, it's gonna be some good sleep tonight.
Yeah, man, I feel you. I don't know how much sleep I'm gonna be getting tonight. So, cause we getting there early, man, early,
Oh
man.
yeah,
So,
oh, yeah.
so yeah,
So
man. So,
you going down to your beloved stadium? You going to Doak Campbell Walker Stadium? Ain't that what it's called?
nah, man, I won't be hitting up dope, man. It's
Oh, okay.
like even the way that I'm taking, man, like it won't be that way. So, nah, I ain't gonna get to see my beloved dope Campbell Stadium, but
Yeah.
you know, hopefully, man, I need to hit up another game, man. I really do, man. It was a great experience, man. Like to be able to experience a home game of your favorite
Mm-hmm.
team, like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
is nothing like it, boy. Because it's like, because you think, and I've been to
Yeah.
a couple of college games before, but it was never, in Tallahassee. You know what I'm saying? At Dope. You got me
Yeah.
said Dope Campbell. At it is Dope Campbell. You said Dope Walker.
No,
So
I called it
it's
Doak Campbell
different.
Walker. I ain't know what it was. It's Doak Campbell.
Yeah, it's Dope Campbell. So
Okay.
yeah, like the experience, and then it was a night game. It was you know what I'm
Oh
saying? Both teams was in like the top 10 at the time. So
yeah,
it
that's lit.
was, man, the energy was, man, it was so much energy in the building, man. It was crazy. So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Hopefully, man, I might try to hit up a game or so, man. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? See if the money
Mm-hmm.
right. But it's, I mean, I got lucky at the time I went because I had good seats and everything, man. Like I was like, I mean, shoot, almost I was at like the 40-yard line. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Lower level. It was real good seats, man. I paid
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, about 200. It wasn't
Oh, that
bad,
ain't
man.
bad. Man, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
I went to a Thursday night game, Browns and the Bengals, and we had like corner end zone seats, and that's I got to see Johnny Manziel fail in public, and it was it was amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? The energy was crazy. You know, we were surrounded by nothing but Cincinnati fans. But you know what I'm saying, we had a ball, man. It was one of them games where, you know what I'm saying, like everybody was showing love. We had a chance to upset some stuff and we didn't do it, but you know, all that's behind us now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That thing is changing up there in Cleveland, man.
Hey, we gonna see, man. People got high hopes for you boys, man. Very
That's what
high
they
hopes.
talking about, man.
Yeah, man. So, man, listen, it's the second pod of the week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What you watching, man?
Ooh, okay, so to be honest with you, man, I have not found anything new. I'm waiting for Ted Lasso. I think I talked about Ted Lasso already on here on what we on what's new or whatever. We ain't even got no name for the segment yet. Or what you watching? I guess we call it what you watching. But yeah, I've been talking about Ted Lasso. They got a new season coming out July 23rd, so that's what I'm really waiting on. But man, just as far as like just what I've just been going back to, man, I've been going back to old episodes of The Office, man.
That's funny. That's funny. Hey, now, like, I actually, it's two things, but I'm gonna say one for next week. Because one of my
Hmm.
shows, season 4 just came. Well, wait a minute. I think both of them were in season 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But one of my other shows, man, that came back, man. I've been waiting for a while. I told you about it a couple of years ago, but they came back for their final season, man, and that's Atypical. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Atypical just came back on Netflix.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a TV show that's, I don't want to call it near and dear to me, but you know what I'm saying? But it has I watch it for, I mean, it's a good show, but I also watch it for personal reasons, you know what I'm saying? It's basically, surrounded around this teenager that's autistic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I got
Right.
a autistic teenager as well, so it's just a show that, obviously got some other stuff going on and stuff like that, but it's basically surrounded around this one kid, Sam, and Michael Rappaport plays his dad, and
Hmm.
but this is a different Mike Rapp. This ain't the Mingo Grand. What do you call himself? The Mingo Grand Bingo, whatever the hell he called
The
himself.
Gringo Mandingo.
Yeah, yeah, this dude is clown, aka White Chocolate. He got so many damn AKAs, man. He's a damn clown, dude. I
Right.
listened to his podcast this morning, and dude, now his wife just be jumping in the background. That shit be hilarious as hell. Cause like he
Man.
had said that you know how that rich dude went to went into space,
Hmm.
and he was like, and he said he go to the moon, right? And his
Yeah.
wife in the background, like, he didn't go to the moon, he went to the went to space. He was like, "Don't you see I'm doing a podcast here?" It was just so funny, man. But anyway, I got our topic. But yeah, man, it's really a good show. Um, what's great about it is, man, my youngest boy, he likes watching it.
Okay.
I don't know what his reasoning is. I don't know if he just really liked the show. I don't know if he's watching it because Sam has a younger sibling in the show.
Hmm.
Because he's the one that he deals with it more than I do. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
they always together. You know what I'm saying? They both they really tight. So they had their little fights or whatever, whatnot. But I don't know if he watches it to see how the other sibling interacts with it. I don't know. But yeah, man, that's what I'm watching, man. Well, I'm watching some other stuff too, but I'll save it for next week. But man, Atypical, man, fourth season
Okay.
on Netflix.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. So man, we got a special one today. You know what I'm saying? This one is brand spanking new joint. You know what I'm saying? We had a little debacle over whether or not we was even gonna be able to cover this one because it literally just came out. You know what I'm saying? But we had to go ahead and buckle down and pay the fine for the time, man. You know what I'm saying? $30. I'm not gonna lie. It was well spent. It was well spent for me at least. It was well spent. But yeah, man, we doing the newest Marvel movie to come out, Black Widow. So for anybody that didn't see the title or didn't understand the title, yes, we're talking about Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow, the Avenger, um, Hawkeye's partner in crime. So um, before we get into it, what were your initial thoughts of after seeing the movie?
Uh, it was $30 not well spent.
Oh,
Damn it. I was mad as hell. Listen,
really?
man, yes. Now, granted, the eye candy is great.
Oh, I can
Other
be
than
sweet.
that, nah, man. I wouldn't I wouldn't
No.
I wasn't really I wasn't really feeling it like that. I did like the one thing I did like was the timeline because I thought it was going to be more. They ended up doing something extra. Like I knew it had to be some kind of a like origin type of story. Like they went into a childhood, but the timeline was actually when they was running from the law. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When so
So
this
this
was
was, I think this was around like Civil War.
yeah, so this was after the Civil War because that's when the Avengers broke up.
Yep.
So that's what the timeline that places this. So I thought that part of it was dope, but then
Hmm.
at the same time they got into the origin story, which I like that too. So it kind of explained a lot of things of why she is the way she is. But
Hmm.
like just like the other than that, like the concept of it and like some of the stuff kind of dragged on, and it was just like, yo, man. I know some people listen to this podcast, but sometimes I'm like, man, I like, yo, I wish I could have bootlegged this. Like, hey, boy, I want my 30 back, man. I ain't even
I'm,
kidding, dude.
yeah.
But see, but at the same time, my expectations
Hmm.
for Marvel movies are so high that I
Hmm.
think that's the reason why I don't want to call it disappointed, but I don't know, man. It didn't slap to me, man. It didn't slap to me.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think I've been seeing a lot of that. You know what I'm saying, on the Twitter timelines as well. I really haven't been seeing people as amazed with this one as they've been with other movies. But I feel like the reason behind it is because it got pushed back so much. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be around the time of Civil War. They were supposed to be shooting it right afterwards, so that way we kind of had that story of, you know what I'm saying, her being the way she was. But even though, you know what I'm saying, like you said, they kind of went back in time and kind of gave us, you know what I'm saying, a different timeline or whatever. I wasn't really mad at it, man. I thought it was dope to see, you know what I'm saying, her origin of where she come from, why she is the way she is. You know what I'm saying, her getting out and trying to clean herself up and you know what I'm saying, do better for all the stuff that she was, you know what I'm saying, put in position to do. I thought her having a little sister was dope, even though they really wasn't a family. That was still like her family. You know what I'm saying? That kind of kept it in the same realm. How like the Avengers was her family after a while too, even though you know what I'm saying ain't none of them related. We kind of seen like that was kind of familiar to her, so you understood why you know what I'm saying she felt the way she felt about Hawkeye, or you know what I'm saying she was so you know what I'm saying? She was so in tune with everybody, and she was kind of like really the glue of the Avengers in a way, because she always made sure, Iron Man and Cap, you know what I'm saying, stayed intact, and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I thought it was a good movie overall. I think that it came out too late. I think that's really the problem with it. If it would have came out, like I said, maybe like right after Civil War, or maybe right after like Iron Man 3 or something, then it would have been a different feel. You know what I'm saying? It probably would have had a different impact. But I mean, for their first movie out the gate, I don't think it was that bad.
I think because now that I think about the timeline, I think that if it would have came out after Black Panther, I think Black Panther
Right,
had to
right.
come right after Civil War because I
Yeah.
felt like they introduced him to us, so it was
Mm-hmm.
only right that they went directly to Black Panther. But I think that they should have went to Black Widow after that. Um, I do think that one thing that it does is it explains a lot about her. And to piggyback off of what you said, I remember like watching the way that her and Hawkeye would interact. And at
Hmm.
first, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get it, but after watching this,
Yeah.
that's like her brother. It was nothing
Yeah.
sexual.
Not right.
It was
Right.
absolutely nothing sexual. It was she literally, the feelings that she had for him was more like a brother and a sister type of thing.
Hmm.
And now I understand like why she is so hung up on family is because she experienced that her family wasn't her family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, and I think that what it also does is it also, like with Bruce Banner, right?
Hmm.
That's like her quote unquote love interest, but like she
Right.
never really acts on it. Like you could tell both of them feel each other, but like neither one of them really act on it. Now I don't know if the Hulk, because now you remember the one with which one, what's my man name, with Ed Norton, right? Now the one
Yeah.
with Ed Norton, he tried to have a little sex scene, but when he gets too excited, he turns into the Hulk.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, but I'm gonna get to that when you're done because I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay, so I don't know if that's if they're using the same story with the Hulk for him getting too excited, so that's why he don't act on it. But I think the reason she don't act on it is because the people that was quote unquote her parents wasn't really her parents, so she didn't experience a loving, father and mother,
Right.
seeing them together and all this type of stuff. So it seems like she don't really know how to really be in a relationship, which dates back to that because they were, I don't know. Yeah, I mean they was faking it,
Hmm.
really. Like the people that played her parents, they was faking being her parents. And
Well,
so I
it was like that in the beginning. At the end, you kind of seen that it really was like they really had some type of love for each other.
Yeah, they did. They did. Once we finally figured out what the plan was,
Yeah.
yeah, because I wasn't sure for a second. I wasn't
Hmm.
sure for a second, but I think it explains. I think it explains a lot there. Just just how she is as a person.
Hmm.
So I did like that because you do want everybody's story, and that's what it also made me go back and think about when her and Hawkeye was in Endgame,
Yeah.
and she chose to go for the so Hawkeye could get the Infinity Stone.
Infinity Stone. Yeah.
Because I think she looked at it like, yo, you got daughters, you got a wife.
Mhm.
I don't really have no family. Well, no
Yeah.
real family anyway. So she's like, you know what I'm saying? People are actually counting on you. Like, it's not really, there's nobody that's waiting for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Kind of like, so I think that's why she was choosing to go. But see, Hawkeye, he was kind of in a mood of where I just killed a whole bunch of people for no reason. So he's
Exactly.
like he's feeling I need to go. I need to sacrifice myself because I killed a whole bunch of people that didn't need to be killed. So he got like that guilty conscience. But
Yeah.
she looked at it like, yo, I don't have anybody waiting for me. So
Mm.
I'm gonna sacrifice myself. And now it makes more sense. And that's what I'm saying. Like maybe it's what you're saying. You might be on to something. It just came out too late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
yo, we seen her die, and then all of a sudden we're gonna see her in a movie. It's like, you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But now you
Kind of
have to
take
go
the
back.
it kind of take the it kind of take the aura of it away. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
know that she's no longer with us, and now that they coming out with that's why I said it just had to be the fact that it was too late. Like I think, like I said, if and you actually made a great point. If it probably would have dropped after Black Panther, even still, it still would have had that same impact because it was in the midst of you know what I'm saying that last Avengers movie and everything coming to you know what I'm saying this big completion. So I agree. I mean, because like they gave, you know what I'm saying? Like basically everybody but her and the Hulk had an origin story. Even Hawkeye, even though he didn't necessarily have a movie, even in you know what I'm saying? Like even in I'm not Civil War. No, it is Civil War. I think it's Civil War where they go to his farm. You know what I'm saying? And they see that he got a real family, and you know what I'm saying? Like his name is Clint, and they like, yo, like what in the world is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Even
No,
in
that's Infinity. That's Infinity.
okay, so it was both of those then, but like even them going back and seeing like you know what I'm saying that he really got family and everything, and he really got a whole different life. You know what I'm saying? He got a wife and kids, and you know what I'm saying? Like he lived on the farm and all this other stuff. Like it gave you a sense of okay, this dude is like you know what I'm saying? Like he's a real dude, but he's going out here doing everything else. And they even, you know what I'm saying, brought up the fact when he went and turned into Ronin. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they had, it was everything except for her and the Hulk that got pretty much, you know, everything as far as storyline. Because remember when we were introduced to her, I believe it was Iron Man 2 when
I think it was too.
he was
Fight her in
fighting
the
the
ring.
Russian dude. Yeah, but the Russian dude was the villain.
Hmm.
Because Justin Hammer was in that one, I believe. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like we got introduced to it. But it's funny that you had brought up the Hulk because um her being his love interest, his original love interest was the daughter of Thunderbolt Ross, who was the guy that was chasing them in this movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Damn,
yeah,
didn't know
if you
that.
go back and watch the one with is it Ed Norton? It might not be Ed Norton. It might be the other one that they
Eric
did where
Banner.
where he was fighting the big ass dogs. But
Yeah.
it's a scene in one of them. I forgot which one it is, but it's a scene in one of them where he running through a park and he's smashing with the army or whatever, and they use this big like sonic thing to wear him down. And the dude that played General Ross in this movie is the same dude that played General Ross in the last movie. So yeah, man, it's interesting to see how they putting all this together. I think that with General Ross being in this movie, this is going to be an introduction into the Thunderbolts, which is it's like the Suicide Squad for Marvel, but instead of using the villains, they kind of use like all the anti-heroes or whatever. And then also with all the TV shows that have been coming out lately, they I think they're building up for the Young Avengers as well. So you know, like in I'm about to call it Black Widow. In WandaVision, you know what I'm saying, they had her sons. So those two are also in the Young Avengers and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they had Isaiah's grandson who ends up becoming, you know what I'm saying, like a young version of Captain America. And then in Loki they had Kid Loki. So you know what I'm saying? Like he's also a part of the Young Avengers as well. So I don't know, man. We'll see. It's looking like they building up into some other stuff at the end of the movie. The after credit scene, we
Yeah, the
seen
sister.
we seen the sister talking to the
Talking to
about
Elaine.
yeah. That's what my mom said too. But no, I'm about to call her the
uh,
Countess. Hold on, let me find out what her name is. What her name is.
yeah, I forget what her name is in this because she was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She popped up at the end of
Yeah.
that.
So she
This is Julie
was
Jarvis or whatever the damn name is.
yeah, Julia Louis Dreyfus. She
Dreyfus.
was Valentina Allegra De Fontaine. But basically she basically is the I want to say she's the not the commander, the director of Sword. So you know, like Nick Fury got Shield, and then there's another one called Sword that's like that. But in the comic books, her and Nick Fury got like this off and on relationship. So you know what I'm saying. That's kind of the balance of that. But so yeah, like she definitely got to talking to the sister. So we're gonna see, man. There's gonna be a lot of different things coming out, and then this is to me, I thought it was a decent rollout for the next few movies coming up. So I think the next one up is like Shang-Chi. So with this one being so late and everybody feeling like it's mediocre, I think it's gonna be easier for the Shang-Chi movie to be the one to start. You know what I'm saying? That everybody ends up talking about, everybody end up bringing up, and saying stuff about. So I don't know, man. I mean, I felt like it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I definitely did. The Red Guardian was in it. Shout out to damn, what's dude's name? Uh, Hold on. His name is David Harbour. You know what I'm saying? He's a good actor. He did real good being the Red Guardian or Alexi or whatever her fake dad. Um, Rachel Weisz did a great job. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see her in these action roles, but she did pretty good. And then Florence, I think it's Pugh or Pew or whatever. I haven't seen. I don't think I have seen her in a lot of stuff, but she did a good job playing her little sister. And then of course, Scarlett Johansson, she held it down, of course. But man, I was excited because they had the Taskmaster in here. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the, to me, I think that's one of the best villains that Marvel has ever created. For those who don't know who Taskmaster is, he or she in the movie, but in the comic books it's a dude. But he basically can learn every move, every fighting style, everything that you do, and then he'll fight you the same way. And he basically kind of fought everybody in the MCU. So, um, being that he has fought everybody in the MCU, he has so many different fighting styles to, what I'm saying, to fight with and use and everything else. So I thought that was dope. Um, my only beef is that they made it the capability of the suit. It seemed like the suit was the reason that the character was fighting that way. So it's not the fact that the Taskmaster is like a person. The suit was the reason that they could learn the moves and then mimic everything that they're doing. Because remember in the first fight scene between Taskmaster and Black Widow, they start fighting, and once they start fighting, she started copying everything she was doing. So like remember they did something and then they did the backflip and landed the same way and then got up the same way and I was like, oh okay, they doing a little something. So I thought that was pretty dope for them to put that in there. I just didn't like the fact that they made the suit the reason that, what I'm saying, that the character had the capabilities.
I thought it was the thing that they put on the back of her neck.
Mm-mm. If you notice when she was fighting Taskmaster, the she was scanning everything she was doing through the helmet.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole mechanical suit that she was wearing. The reason that she was able to do all that because as she was scanning it, the suit was learning everything that she was doing. So it was easier for her to be able to move like that.
Gotcha. But that
Yeah.
was the thing that controlled her, the thing on the back of
Right.
the neck.
Well, no,
So
no, no.
yeah,
Remember, she was under they was all under the mind control stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that part of it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Is you not got into your deep shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't really. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't do the comments. I'm just the one that watches all the movies.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that was dope. I thought that through, what I'm saying, a monkey wrench in there. Um, but also to piggyback off of what you were saying, um, a little bit ago about, I think that what they did reveal in this one is they gave us Hawkeye's uh enemy, I guess, or a villain
Hmm.
or whoever he's going to be fighting. So, because I think Hawkeye come out next year, and I believe that's going to be a series.
Well,
So,
Hawkeye is not going to be about him. It's going to be about his daughter, Kate Bishop.
oh, see, I don't know all the details. I just seen the
Yeah.
poster, and I seen
Yeah.
that Hawkeye's supposed to be coming out next year. I
Well,
mean, that was the way.
he's gonna be in it. He's still Jeremy Renner is still be in it, but it's not gonna be about him. It's gonna be about him training his daughter. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I said like they got to be bringing up the Young Avengers because Kate Bishop, who ends up becoming Hawkeye as well, ends up being in the Young Avengers as well. Like I think I'm trying to think because I know they got like She Hulk that's coming out, but I know Ironheart is coming out too. So I know she a part of the Young Avengers, and then what's Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is coming out with the I think she's Pakistani. I hope I ain't say that wrong. I believe she's Pakistani. But the young girl who ends up getting superpowers or whatever, she ends up becoming a part of the Young Avengers as well. She got the she kind of got powers like Mr. Fantastic or whatever, but like she can grow like Ant-Man. She can stretch her arms, make her arms and hands bigger and stuff and smaller and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice. That's what I said, man. I think this one was a decent rollout for what's to come.
Okay, let's get into Alexia real quick. Like I thought it was dope how they brought back the super soldier thing again.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
he was one of the ones that was treated like, if I'm not mistaken, was it Isaac?
Isaiah.
Isaiah. So he was treated
Yeah.
like him where they locked him up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When they didn't have no use for him. I just thought it was I just thought it was a little weird that he could have broke out of there anytime. He just chose not to. You know what I'm saying? Where he just
Yeah.
cause I just thought that was a little weird. It's like why like dude, you got the ability to escape up out of there. Why not just leave? So I thought but maybe he didn't want to be on the run.
Well, I think it was
But
more so. I think it was more so the fact that what I'm saying, him being the Red Guardian, he's supposed to be like the Captain America of Russia or whatever. So when he, what I'm saying, like when he got locked up, I think it was more so him for doing it for the love of the country thing. Because what I'm saying, like that's technically what he was. He was basically like the Captain America for Russia. You know what I'm saying? So like even when he was talking about how he beat Captain America up and what I'm saying, he stole his shield and he did all this stuff, even though we know that never happened. But what I'm saying, like he was telling all these fables while he was locked up about how he destroyed Captain America and made him cry and all this stuff. So, what I'm saying, like to me that was just like him being somewhere having what I'm saying, he really didn't have a purpose after a while, like what I'm saying? I think that was his way of kind of feeling like he was the man still.
I feel you. I feel you there. I just thought that it was when it comes to these super soldiers because it's like yo we when Captain America first came out, it's like
Hmm.
they made it seem like he's the only guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know it was the beginning, but it was kind of like I don't know. It was just weird, and it was so funny that he had like, dude. Now they had some moments in here, like when they
Well,
broke
no,
him out.
he wasn't the beginning. Captain America wasn't the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Like the way that the movie portrays you. You know what I'm
Right. It
saying?
tried to
The
make it
first
seem like
Avenger.
okay, yeah, okay, right.
Yeah. So I thought it was dope. Like, I mean, when when they got to the house. So basically, um, Natasha and what's her sister name?
Yelena.
Yelena when Natasha and Yelena broke him out of prison, which was a pretty wild scene, a lot of action,
Well, that it
and
got messy real fast.
yeah, that plan went shit real quick. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
real quick.
Yeah, so they broke him out and they wanted a plane, but old dude can only get a helicopter, so and an old ass helicopter at that. So
Right.
so basically they able to get him after a lot of shit happened. So anyway, they in the plane, you know what I'm saying? Uh Yelena punched him in the face. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like that's for pretending to be my dad and
Yeah.
knowing that you weren't my dad and like, and all this little stuff so that they got all they cleared the air basically before
Hmm.
they went to cause Melina, they went to her place because they was like she's the only one that could lead us. to old
Yeah.
dude. So they go there, they have like this little mini family reunion thing, which it went to shit as well. But what I thought was
Hmm.
funny is, yo, when he tried to put that outfit on, he was in the bathroom struggling, but he was like, I backed down a few. Yo,
Man,
that was funny. That was funny. It had some fun.
they,
It had its moments. It had its moments, but it wasn't. It wasn't like it didn't have like a ton of it because it seems like the more it felt like when you watch the evolution of these Marvel movies,
hmm
it seemed like when it comes to the script, when it comes to the writing, it seemed like they got more comfortable with doing them because it
hmm
became a lot more comedic with the stuff. Now, Robert Downey Jr., he's just a funny dude. Like I don't even think
right.
that you know what I'm saying. Some of that stuff was meant to be funny. It's just that he's just funny. But it
Hmm.
seems like the more and more to come out, it seems like the more and more they put in like this comedic shit, and it's like they had a few moments in this one. They had a few, you know what I'm saying, and that was
Yeah.
one of them. I thought that was funny when he was trying to put that outfit on in that bathroom, and then she's like I didn't wash it, I left it the way it was, and all this type shit. So I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny when she was showing them about the mind control on the pig, and the pig came
Oh
in
yeah,
and she called it Lacey. It was like, you naming the
yeah.
pig after me? I thought that was funny. That was
No,
pretty
the
good.
all time part. No, I like when the sister tell her, why every time you land you got to do this pose. And
Oh
then
yeah, she was like, you're a
she was like, I
poser.
don't do that. Yeah, she said you a poser.
Yeah,
That no, that was
that was
funny. I
funny.
like that. I like that.
Yeah,
That was
that was
something
funny.
that I did like. Cause then she ended up doing it like towards the end, and I was like,
Yeah,
yo, these people stupid, but
and then when she seen her do it, when no, she did it when she landed in the prison thing, and then she watched her land. She was like
she was
poser.
like, oh.
That
Yeah, that
was
was
funny.
funny. Yeah, I
That was
like that
funny.
too. I like that, man. So, but you know the thing about it's this Marvel universe, dude. It's like,
Hmm.
man, what's my man name? What's my man name? The dude that got her the helicopter.
Oh,
Damn it, where he at? Where he at?
Mason.
So yeah, Mason. Mason is popping back up. My
I
guy.
don't think so.
I think he is. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be because remember when she said that she wanted a plane, he was like, "Yo, you gave me short notice," and he was
Hmm.
like, "Now for what you pay me and you giving me short notice, this is all I could get you right now, right?"
Right.
So at the end of the movie, where she gave him time, he's like, "Yo, I got a surprise for you." He's able to get her the plane that the Avengers use. How the fuck was he able to
Hmm.
get that?
I mean, how was he able to get anything? We don't know anything about that.
But this is what that's what that makes me think it'd be different if it was just a nice ass plane. This is the Avengers plane that they use. So
Yeah, the Quinjet.
I think he is connected with somebody and he's gonna pop back up and he's gonna be like this guy that I don't think his role is ever gonna be big. I just think it's always gonna be like this anytime they need something,
Hmm.
like he's like the guy that's gonna like supply it. I could be wrong on this. I could be completely obvious and you could be right. But
Only reason I say that I don't think so is because we got to remember that this ain't like the modern day part, right? This is
yeah, you're right. You're
this a
right.
back
Because
in time thing, and now that she's
yeah,
gone, they wouldn't have no connection to her. But
yeah, because they would
I
already use
do
them. Yeah, you're right.
I do think that she'll end up coming. I do think they'll find a way to bring her back somehow. Because you know what I'm saying, in the MCU anything is possible. But um, what I'm most interested in really seeing from here on out, because they did a great job of it in this movie, was they found a way to humanize her, right? Because every time we see her, she's always getting the best of everybody. You don't really never see her like really, you know what I'm saying, take a L. even when she was fighting Thanos, you didn't really see her take, a L for real. So I think that seeing her in this movie, you kind of seen her in a more vulnerable position. Whether it was, her kind of, feeling that same, feeling that love for her little sister, or, her getting angry with, her parents, or, her having to fight the other widows, and then they was just taking off on her, and they jumped her and beat her down. And there was, really nothing she could do until somebody came out and helped her. Or even her fighting Dreykov, like, you thought that she was really going to, like, put some moves on him, and you see that she getting beat up by him before he sick the widows on her. So it was like, I think they did a great job of, her actually finally showing some emotion and stuff.
But when it comes to old dude though, there's like some kind of spell thing where she can't kill him. So I
Right.
wouldn't count that as her getting her ass whooped by him because
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, far as the optics of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily the fact that she couldn't. I'm just saying, like, just as far as the optics of it, the fact that you've seen somebody actually getting the best of her. Because anytime we've seen her since she came into the MCU, she's always been the one that's, what I'm saying, like, always winning the fight. Remember when she was when her and Happy was going to find Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2, he was fighting dude in the room and it took him 10 minutes. She done ran through like 7 people in about 3 minutes. And she done already ran off. By the time Happy got done beating dude up, he looked down the hallway, he like, oh man, she done you know what I'm saying? She done took out everybody
yeah,
else. I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? He was struggling with the one dude. So I mean, like, even when, what I'm saying, you see her in Civil War, and, what I'm saying, everybody fighting, you really don't see her take a L in Civil War. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might see her get knocked down once, but then she'll hop up and get back to it. So in this one, what I'm saying, just as far as the fighting goes, you kind of see her kind of lose. She lost her little sister. Her little sister was, what I'm saying, beating the brakes off of her. Before they got, before they got attacked in the apartment or whatever. And then, what I'm saying, outside of just the fighting, like I said, you get to see her show emotion. You know what I'm saying? She gets to show some empathy for her sister. And she, what I'm saying, you see that anger towards her parents. You know what I'm saying? She kind of got a soft spot, what I'm saying, when it comes to them or whatever. Like, you get to see, or even Mason, her talking with Mason. You know what I'm saying? You get to see her make some genuine jokes, not like nothing that felt forced. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get to see her really be herself, or really be what we deem to be herself.
true, true. I just now they done it before. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because once you look at like the cinematic universe, like, and you see that Captain Captain Marvel was it second or was it third
For what?
for like the actual order that it goes? Remember, because you had went back and you had
So,
watched them in
yeah, I'll
order.
say in the actual order of it, Captain Marvel was first.
Okay, so it's just like when you watching it, but this is the thing though, like it doesn't even with that one coming out as late as it did, it don't really
Hmm.
ruin it. But
Well, that's
with
because
this
we
one,
haven't seen her.
yeah, and it's like now it's like yo, like I don't know, man. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie. I'm not
Right.
saying that. It's just the timing of it, and then not only the timing of it, but even with our present day time, it was supposed to come out last year, and even if it would have came out last year, it still would have not been necessarily right because the timeline of it is really after Civil War, like I said earlier. So it would have felt it would have felt more better if it would have came out then because it's just the fact of because think about it this way, right? Even when those fight scenes was going down, like we all knew she wasn't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you're watching a movie where there's like different series of the movie, like if it's like 4 or 5 movies, it's like not even a movie. Like let's say you watching a TV show, right? And you got into the TV show late. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's say this you start watching the TV show and they're 4 seasons in, and you see
Mhm.
like a trailer of it, right? So you see the
Right.
trailer, and then you like, all right, well that look interesting, so I need to go all the way back to one, and then it's kind of like when you see like a traumatic scene go down in like season one where the person might die, but you remember you saw that trailer, so you was like, well I
Right.
know they ain't about to die, so it's just like so when we seen all the fight scenes, even all the close encounters of her almost dying, like you knew she wasn't gonna die. Cause it's like she's
Right.
already died. We seen her die off the damn cliff. So it's like that I hate to say it, but it kind of ruins it a little bit because it's like,
Well, I think that even if they would have put it out last year, it still would have been too late. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, because at this point, it's like even before we found out that she died, it was just like, you know what I mean? Like, you had to. I think that they just did a poor job, and I mean, this is probably their first strike ever. You know what I'm saying? As far as the movies that they put out have even went. Um, but I think that just the placement of it was just a bad call. You know what I'm saying? Even like I said, just putting it out last year would have still been like, you know what I'm saying? At this point, what's the point of it? You know what I mean? Like this is something that should have been done um in the midst of, you know what I'm saying, everything else that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because we still got so much, you know what I'm saying, to cover. I think this was just like a capstone on, you know what I'm saying, those last 10 years. Something that, you know what I'm saying, that they're like, okay, we gave you 10 years of greatness. You know what I'm saying? Let's finally give you one more thing to remember this part of it because everything that they've been doing so far is leading up to a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like the Doctor Strange movie that's supposed to be coming out where supposedly he's supposed to be fighting against the Scarlet Witch. You know what I'm saying? Or you know the man, what's the other one that's coming out? You know what I'm saying? Like Shang-Chi. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to see how the real Mandarin, you know what I'm saying? Because remember they had the Mandarin in Iron Man 3 and we found out that he wasn't the real Mandarin. So now we get to see who the real Mandarin is. Or we might be able to get to see who the real Mandarin is. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing back Black Panther 2, the world of Wakanda, so we might even get a chance to see Namor, even though everybody's saying it, you know what I'm saying, it's happening. We don't know if it's going to happen or not, but we'll get a chance to get introduced to Namor in the world of Atlantis. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much that they about to be bringing out with these next few movies. I mean, I think this was the perfect capstone to put on it. You know what I'm saying? Get it out the way for the whole Black Widow thing. Um, you know what I'm saying? They still found a way to connect it to everything that's going on now. So I mean, I'm excited to see what they got coming forward, man. Like I said, I liked the movie. I thought the movie was pretty good. Um, I dogged it out at first because I really didn't watch it all the way through. I had fell asleep because I was like super tired that Friday. But after I went back and rewatched it and kind of seen everything that had transpired and went down, it was like, okay, I think this is a little bit better than I gave it credit for the first time.
I think it's because you have to think in reverse. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
Because it's kind of like I said earlier in the pod, where I was like, "Yo, now it explains like maybe the reason why her and Bruce never did nothing. It explains
Mm-hmm.
her relationship with Hawkeye, and it's like you have to think in reverse now. And if it would have came out after like Black Panther, then we would have been like, yo, that fits. Like the timeline fits because
Yeah.
they actually could have done if they wanted to. They could have done what everybody. They kind of did that with some of them, like in a way where they explained what some of the people were doing while they was locked up. Well, not locked up, but
Mm-hmm.
running from the law. And it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we get her origin story, but it's like it's like 3 years too late. And it's like
Right.
it kind of
Right.
it. I hate to do it because you know me, man. I've never came on here and been like super critical of a movie. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
like I'm not being like super critical, but it's just like the movie itself. I mean, it was good. The movie itself, it was good. It wasn't a terrible movie. It's just the fact of it just make you think in reverse, and it's like I don't really understand. I don't know if it wasn't a full go. I don't know if the person that wrote the script wasn't ready. Like I don't really understand what necessarily happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just I just feel like if it would have came out then, like, you know, because what they did was, if I'm not mistaken, Black Panther came out February of 18, and Infinity
Uh-huh.
War came out around like November or something like that, September of 2018 as well. So I think that like they didn't want to put through. I don't know if they didn't want to put three movies out that year or something.
Well, I mean, that's why I said I felt like if they would have did it after Civil War, then everything really would have made sense. Because we know that in Civil War they left and they went to, well, Cap and Bucky had left and went to Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of split up. So now going into that origin story and then bringing it back to, you know what I'm saying, when she was on the run or whatever, when they was talking about it on the radio, it would have made sense that they said that on the radio at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because
True.
now we
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying, this is right after everything happened. So now we know what's exactly going on, everything else. So then once they do that, you know what I'm saying, of course they would have to change the after the post credit scene, which they could have put anything at that point. They could have added, I don't know, a Captain Marvel scene or whatever. At that point it wouldn't have mattered. But I think that the way that I think to me, the reason that I say that everything was okay as well is because of the post credit scene. Because now, you know what I'm saying, like at the end, because I forgot that she had died in Endgame. So watching the post credit scene, it threw me off, and I was like, "Why is she at her gravesite? Like, when the hell did she die?" But I'm forgetting, you know what I'm saying, like you said, because we got to think in
Exactly.
reverse that, you know. So now, you know what I'm saying, that kind of threw me off until Valentina entered in and she started talking to Yolanda. I think that's how you say her name. But she started talking to her, and that's when I remember, oh, that's old girl from, you know what I'm saying, the what's your name? That's the sword director. Okay, now it makes sense as to where we at now, because at that point now we back after Endgame. So yeah, man, I don't know. I think that, you know what I'm saying. To me, I feel like it's always a method to the madness when it comes to Marvel. They always got a great way of sewing everything together, even though the pieces end up scattered somehow. But we'll see, man. It's a bright future for the MCU.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like they like you said, you can't you can't bat 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And,
right.
and and like I say, and it's still not a miss. Like I saw something the other day where I think it said it made 248 million like in the first like 2 days or something like that. So I mean, to
The first
them,
day it made 80.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not and see that right there just tells me y'all could have went ahead, even though timeline wise, we still would be saying the same thing. But she went
Mm-hmm.
ahead and came out with the shit last year. Like y'all sat here and kept
Yeah,
waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Y'all still would have got y'all money because we so
right.
invested, like to the point where you cannot miss anything. Anything Marvel that
Nah,
comes out, you have to watch it because
you got it. At
everything
this point, you
is
have to.
connected.
Yeah.
Everybody would have paid for it. I paid for it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm glad I'm still glad I'm caught up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
out of the loop. You know what I'm saying? Like I know
Right.
what's going on. So like I said, man, they got us on strings. I say that every time we talk about the MCU, like we are on strings, man. Like they got us. No matter, man, they could come
Mm-hmm.
out with but at the same time, like I remember listening to this one pod and they were just talking. They was like, yo, they said Thor was like a D character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he like
Iron Man
he
was
was.
too.
Yeah, they was like they wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying back then.
Right.
And like with the way they was able to flip it, it's like yo, like we are here. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
so it's just even Black Panther. They was like Black Panther was you know what I'm saying D list. You know what I'm saying? E-list, like,
Small comic, small comic. I mean,
yeah,
you got to remember at the time too, man. Like at the time Black Panther came out, that was during like the '60s and '70s. So you know what I'm saying? Like the way that they had Black Panther in the movie, he wasn't like that in the comics. He was more like Killmonger in the comics. You know what I'm saying? So like when they bring that, when they bring when they bring the character to life, you know what I'm saying? He's a lot more peaceful than he was in the comics. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the comic book lore and a lot of the comic book canon has kind of been like rarely used. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as the foundation of each character and the foundational stories of each character, they've heavily been used. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many different storylines and there's so many different graphic novels and all these different renditions of the characters and remakes of the characters and stuff. You can, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of play with certain stuff here and there, like the perfect example I use all the time is the Age of Ultron. You know what I'm saying? In the movie, they had Bruce Banner and Tony Stark create Ultron. Well, in the comic books, Hank Pym creates Ultron, but we don't see Hank Pym until Ant-Man, and it's not even Hank Pym who's Ant-Man. It's whatever Paul Rudd's character's name is. So you know what I'm saying? We got a whole new Ant-Man now. So I mean, like the way that they're doing the movies, there's really nothing wrong with them, but you still like, you know what I'm saying, they still bringing the characters in. I think it's just they're doing it in their own way, which to me makes the MCU so good because you still getting, you know what I'm saying, you still getting that heavy dose of comic books, but also on top of that, you also getting this new batch of creativeness from the writers, and they bringing in all these different stories, like how they brought, you know what I'm saying, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and the Daredevil and Iron Fist, how they did all that. I think they used that as a roadblock to start doing WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki. So you know what I'm saying, you kind of get a, you know what I'm saying, you kind of get a taste of a little bit of what they doing and the way that they mixing it up. So I mean, I think it's alright, man. I really don't have no complaints.
cool deal. I mean, I ain't mad at it. This gonna be an interesting fire flame.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, let's do it.
Yoga fire! Yoga flame!
Um, I believe the last one was on me. I think.
It don't matter. I'll go first. Listen. All
Uh
right. Like I said, man, the eye candy was there. Um,
oh.
so I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm a huge Rachel Weisz fan. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know, I like how she was portrayed to be the demon, and then she flipped it with the plan that her and Black Widow came about. I thought that was dope. But
Yeah.
but man, the timing, man. I'm sorry, man. It got to
Yeah.
count against it, man. It got to count against it, man. This
Yeah.
is look. This is the 87th episode.
Mhm.
This might be the lowest one, man. I gotta give it like a 2.5, man. Like
Wow.
I'm I'm really disappointed with this, man. Like it just had me because the thing is, like I'm gonna make it real quick. With the MCU, it's like they they really spoiled us with it. And it's
Mhm.
like with this one, you have to think in reverse and you have to like figure out like, okay, well, okay, this explains why she does this, this explains why she does this, and it's like, and then it's like I felt like what they did at the end when you said that they fixed the timeline by showing
Mhm.
her headstone with her sister and then old girl coming out. I think that was their way of trying to fix it. And it's like, yo,
Mhm.
stop trying to put a band-aid on this shit. Y'all fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? You fucked it
Yeah.
up and you trying to put a band-aid on it. And it just for me, I just gotta count. But another reason why I'm giving it a 2.5. It's because of what I gave Endgame. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I gave Endgame a 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like from the high standards that I have, I I gotta give him a 2.5, man.
Okay. Okay. For me, man, the cast was great. I feel like that everybody played their part well. I got excited about the Taskmaster. You know what I'm saying? That's to me, um, that was one of the best parts of the movie. We didn't get enough of the Taskmaster. I feel like though. I think that's it. We should have had a lot more than that. I thought that last fight scene was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? Them jumping from all the fallen pieces of the little hella helipad or whatever it is on. I thought that was pretty hard. Um, I thought that Scarlett Johansson did a great job acting in this as well. Like I said, they really made her a vulnerable character in this one. And to me, I feel like even though she's the main character, she kind of took a back seat and ended up playing a supporting role behind her little sister. Um, I think that everything that they did, you know what I'm saying, it explained a lot, not just about her, but about certain stuff in the MCU. So I thought that that was very interesting as well. Um, but for me, I'm gonna give it a 3.5, and I'm giving it a 3.5 because of the timing. You know what I'm saying? The timing is a huge thing, of course. I think that, like I said, man, if they'd have placed it a little bit earlier, I think we'd have had a totally different. I think we'd have had a totally different outlook on this movie. A lot of people would have, but I mean, for the time that they made us wait for it, I wasn't really disappointed. I was at first, but I had to rewatch it just to make sure. And after giving it that second look, it wasn't as bad as I think everybody's making it out to be. I think, like I said, it's that timing, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting it out so late is what really got people up in arms. But at the same time, I think another thing is people also got to stop comparing it to the rest of the movies. You know what I'm saying? Because this was already written. This was already put, you know what I'm saying, set in stone. I'm sure they probably changed some stuff here and there, but most of this was already put together. Most of this was already in place. And so, you know, you got to think that when they wrote it, it's definitely not going to be in line when it was released. You know what I'm saying? So I think if people kind of give it a second look and really watch it for what it is, it's an origin story, so it's not going to be too much, you know what I'm saying, to go on for it. I think it was the perfect capstone on a 10 year um, on a 10 year catalog of pretty much greatness that they've been giving us. Um, Man, and like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out in these next few years.
I feel you. I feel you, but it's that's hard though. That's like
Hmm.
that's like telling me that's like telling me, you know what I'm saying, when you see like, for example, you see Rihanna wearing some of her Fenty wear and they be like, yo, forget that shit.
I feel you. Yeah, I feel that.
So
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you like that comparison though. You like that one. You like that one. Come on,
Nah,
man, give it to me.
nah, I can't give you that. That was
Man, why not,
that's a
man?
little overboard. That's a little overboard, but I feel you though. You can't. Nobody. I don't care, man, woman, whoever. Nobody will ever say forget that if she's wearing that. So no,
I feel you. I feel you. Listen,
that's something in the world that'll never happen. She could listen. She gonna be like Lena Horne when she get like 60, 70. She's still gonna be fine.
man, who you telling? Man, it's crazy, man. Her and Rocky though, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah,
But yo,
I
listen,
get it though.
I do too. I do too. Like it
Yeah,
makes sense. It really makes
yeah,
sense. Like
big
if
time.
you really, really think about it, it makes sense.
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Big
Happy
time.
for him, man. I ain't mad at it.
Hey man,
Happy for him.
I am too. I'm glad that brother in there.
Yeah, man. even though, you know what I'm saying, his character in Monster, my guy, he was an asshole in that damn movie. I don't know if did you ever get a chance to see Monster on Netflix?
No.
Man, you need to see it, man.
I think
You
I'm gonna
need to
watch it
see
when
it.
we get done.
You need to see it, man. He was an asshole in that shit. Well,
Yeah.
I did not like Rocky in Monster. I did not
Yeah.
like him at all.
Okay.
But yeah, it was pretty good. But
Okay.
listen, man, coming soon though,
Yeah.
yo, all I'm gonna say, boy, it's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope.
It's always a slippery slope, man.
So, hold on, wait a minute, man. I'm about to call you out real quick.
Okay.
Have you seen this movie yet?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have my list in front of me. So I don't know
Okay,
what movie. Text me real quick so I can tell you.
okay. Because it's like, cause dude, that thing I just said, yo, it is like that might be the best one that I've had so far. I'm
Okay.
telling you, like that was, and I've had some good ones. I've had some good ones.
This on Netflix, right?
Yes, it is. It should be. It still should be on there. It's not a Netflix movie, but
No, I'm saying I want to say I believe I
yeah,
did.
it's been on there for a while. Hopefully they haven't taken it out because you know how they be bullshit sometimes. How they have something up for like a couple of months and then
Yeah.
they'll take it off. But the last I saw, it was on there.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I don't see it on there, but hold
But you did get my text though.
on.
Okay, so
I
have you
think I
seen it?
did see this.
Because dude, that man, that's one of the best ones I've had. Because what she did as a kid
Mm-hmm.
up until a teenager, that explains everything of what I
Yeah.
just said. You know what I'm saying?
It looked
So
familiar. I just watched the trailer for it. It looked familiar. I want to say I've seen this before. I'm gonna have to rewatch it just to make sure, but I believe I've seen this though.
yeah, I love this movie, man. It was
Okay.
really good. It was really good movie, man. It's
Yeah,
really dope. It's really dope. So I'm really looking forward to this.
for sure, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the next episode. We're gonna be getting in. You know what I'm saying? Another burner for y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all tune in and all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all for hanging in with us this long. If you're new to this, welcome. If you're true to this, welcome back. Um, but you can always find me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson, Instagram Scoots Bronson TV. Make sure to check out my other podcast, 15 Minutes of Fame. You can always follow us on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, you can check us out VA Pod Watch Group, and man, spread the love.
Yes, sir. You can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and Twitter. 28 minutes or less pod on Instagram. 28 minutes or less on Facebook. You can go check out that podcast, man. What's the last one I put out? Hell, I don't forget. Oh, the one we did. You know what I'm saying? Where we did a
Yeah,
preview to Views Anonymous. You know
we
what I'm
did
saying? We did a
Disturbia.
movie on there. Yeah, we did Disturbia. So go check that out. Rest in peace to Uncle Washington. You still can find some Stolen Time podcast episodes out there if you're interested.
For sure, for sure.
So we still out here working, man. Still out here working.
Man, we stay working, man. Yeah. So with that said, man, once again, thank y'all guys for tuning in and listening. Um, appreciate y'all for what I'm saying, always supporting us. And you already know how it go, man. Like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.